Yo, good morning to you. What's up, Facebook world? How you guys like this morning time scruffy beard? Story behind this and why it's so rough is I'm trying to let it grow out enough that I can blend it in. This bottom part has been growing since my son passed, and I haven't had the heart to cut it. Um, I'm sitting here this morning, and I've been contemplating back and forth for a little while about this whole social media stuff. Sometimes I'm balancing undetestable scales, and do your research to understand what that means. But at times, I feel out of balance. At times, I feel like just being silent and keeping to myself and just using the energy and wisdom and understanding and insight that God is granting my eyes, my heart, starts from my soul, blends into everything from there, and just focusing on my family. Because whether you know it or not, when we pass one another and we express with one another, rather it's through the social media, be careful, I'm going to get somewhere with this, or rather it's in person. It's energy, folks. It is energy. So, I know I'm offensive to some folks. I know I'm hard to understand. And that's a tough balance for me as a businessman. Obviously, people need to feel comfortable with who they're doing business with. And I have said this countless times. Don't do business with me because you like how I keep myself or you like what I say. Do business with me because I will die on my shield. I will die on what I've put my word on. If I'm effectively moving my flesh in your behalf, you have my life's commitment. I want to speak to this world, and it seems like this world is divided in two. Seems like our country is divided in two. And both sides, I can see everybody hurting and desiring and confused in their own way and moving and acting in their own way. So I'm going to start like this. There's many words that now have no more meaning or now have new meaning or do not have the weight that they deserve to have. So I'm going to start with you Christians first. And I say you Christians because you judge and you look at me. You might see me wear my Thor hammer. You might see me speak of universe. You might see me think of this. And you may judge me. And you may not think I'm saved. I get it a lot. I get people looking into me. People can tell I'm spiritual. But they can't help but ask. They can't help themselves but wonder, am I saved? And I would say this back to you. Did you think the blood of Christ was just for you? Were you not commanded to go into all the world? What did you think? What did you think? Did you think your human eyes and your human mind can understand and you can justify and educate and explain what God has done? Come on. Come on. Listen. There is yet but one maker. There is one divine source. And it's obvious that blood has to be shed in our behalf, because at the beginning of time, in the beginning of all religions, there's always been sacrifice. So you need to learn first the old and then the new. You need to understand and realize none of us know. None of us know. So Christians, listen. Thou shalt not judge, for thee be judged. Stop judging the book by the cover. Stop worrying if people line up to your understanding. How about be open to all the world and have compassion, as the blood of Christ have compassion, have understanding. They brought folk to Jesus for him to judge and punish. He washed feet. He said, cast the first stone. Huh? You talking? Am I talking? And the reason why I target and say Christians is because that word no longer has the weight that it was intended when it was interpreted into the volume of language you speak and understand. But the root of Christian is Christ-like. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, there's a lot of folk that say Christian way out of balance when it comes to Christ-like. Okay? And I want to speak to whatever other side, whatever. I'm going to speak to all sides. You know, I hate giving things light, and I hate giving things, it's one thing you guys got to understand is don't give stuff a stage. Don't be a part of giving stuff a stage. But I seen an image, and apparently it's about some shoes, and apparently it's an individual, and basically the image I seen is, and you guys, you know, Christians, you might want to turn this off right now. Anybody under 18, you might want to hit pause or go ask your mom and daddy. But so we're okay now with images of Satan, Lucifer, or whatever your belief is, evil. Let's just say evil, and let's just say this divine is good and evil. Who, you know, we all don't know. All we are responsible for is to make moral decisions within ourselves. We're in this flesh capsule. We are in this atmosphere, born completely virgin, born to our eyes looking around and wondering what's around us. And our goal in life is to complete that circle. We're to get back as pure and innocent as we were born. Walk your own path. Let the divine spirit speak to you. Don't worry about judgment. But we're okay with evil fucking us in the ass now? I mean, that's the image I seen. Apparently it has something to do with a shoe. And I don't care what explains that. I don't care what's the meaning behind it. I don't care if it means something other than it appears. If it appears the way it appears, and it's blatantly and in my face, well, fuck you. If you're okay with Satan, or evil, or whatever, I mean, there's a divine line here. Call it Christ, call it Christian, call it Satanism, call it whatever. It doesn't matter. We as individuals are responsible to find ourselves within ourselves. We're responsible to answer and balance ourselves out. So I don't care if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Satanist, or whatever your little human, teeny human mind inside of this huge, large universe that we're all a part of. I don't care what your wording and understanding of it is. You know your soul. You have, as I've said countless times, you have a natural progression of direction. You have a natural GPS when inside of you. Don't let doctrine and education, as I said, that can be easily used and magnified into manipulation. Don't let classified human words and understandings and literature detour your soul. Maybe the image I've seen, maybe there's some hidden secret behind it. But consider what it looks like. Okay? Christians, when you preach of your Christ, when you preach of the Christ God, remember the truth and the reality of where we're all written to be. Let me explain this to you guys. Stop letting life beat you. Realize every challenge is a chance for you to balance yourself with inside this challenge zone. Doesn't matter if you signed yourself up or not. We're all in this thing called life. And it is going to make full circle. Don't get it wrong. Death is upon you. It's upon us all. I was born still. I was born dead. I came into this world dead. I have suffered death countless times. I can sit here and talk to you about it over and over again. But it's meaningless if you don't start with self. Every bit of everything is meaningless if you don't start with self. Don't worry about that which is around you. Don't worry about judgment. Don't worry about saving the world. Don't worry about criticizing everybody. Worry about you. Who you are, your reflection of your soul will magnify through this flesh, and you'll be a beacon. People will wonder about you. People will come and they'll judge. Is he satanic? Is he? What is he? Is he Norse religion? Is he Muslim? I mean, he talks about the Bible, but he wears Thor's hammer. What the? Poor baby human. Focus. The picture is much greater than you can ever comprehend and understand. And if there were no challenge and there were no fear and there were no struggle, you would have no reason for faith. You would have no reason for balance and understanding. You have no reason to try to get back full circle. What does your scriptures say, Christians? What does it say? Unless ye come to me with the heart of a child. Do you think a child criticizes and judges? People say I'm bold. People are confused. People don't understand me. People judge me. People wonder. People try to save me. But yet, in the darkest times and in your darkest moments, if you're not lived and reflect and handle life within yourself, you honestly don't know. You honestly don't know. Listen. Look into self. Deal with self. This world is a very distracting atmosphere. But with no challenge, with no fear, there's no place for faith. That which is upon you is within yourself to judge and understand and balance your own morals, your own test. If you're breathing, if your heart is beating, if you are conscious of still this realm, your challenge still remains. You are still reckoned. You are still responsible to make judgment within your own feeling, guidance, and navigation. You hear? You hear the background? If there was only peace and there was no evil, if there was no challenge, there'll be no space for greatness. One love, this chaos. You guys pray that I can keep understanding the balance. I love to express myself. I love to give what I've been given. But I'm being challenged a lot lately and questioning myself a lot lately. Do I keep on? Do I pursue? Or do I just focus within and take care of me and mine? I guess we'll let my heart decide. Love you guys. This chaos. One. And when I say one, universe people, don't be scared.